All right, guys, in this video, we're going to look at example one. In example one, we're asked to sketch the graph of an exponential function. So we're going to start off by identifying the things that we know. First of all, our base, b. Our base, b, is 1/4. Now, if the base is more than 1, it's going to be growth. If it's less than 1, it's going to be decay. 1/4 is less than 1, so this is going to be decay. Okay? A value of h. Now, h is going to be the number next to the x. I see in this case that number is 1. So h equals 1. That's going to tell me that I'm going to shift my graph over 1 unit to the left from the parent function. And then our value of k. Well, k is going to be the number that I see at the end, not in the exponent, but down on the bottom. And if I don't see one there, I don't see one in this case, but if I don't see one there, then my value of k is 0. Okay? Now, what that tells me is that I have a horizontal asymptote at y equals k, which in this case is 0, so y equals 0. So I'm going to find and identify and draw the horizontal asymptote. So I'm going to use a dashed line. So a dashed line right here at y equals 0, which is the same as the x-axis. And just in case I can't see that dashed line, I'm also going to put on there y equals 0. Okay. Now we're going to go to a table of values. We're going to fill out this table of values. And we're going to use Desmos to do that. And those table of values, we're going to go ahead and get those onto the graph. So to do this quickly, there's actually a trick that you can do. On the keyboard, you've got this ABC button. If you go to the ABC button and type in F and then go back to the 1, 2, 3 and do parenthesis X, what this is saying is the function evaluated at some value of X. And that's going to be equal to, and then we're going to write down our equation the way that it's written on paper. So 1/4, 1/4, parenthesis, and then raised to the, now I want you to watch what happens here. It's supposed to be raised to the x plus 1, but if I do that, if I put x plus 1, notice the plus 1 comes down below. And we don't want it to be down below. We want it to be up with the x. And so to do that, we're going to use parentheses. So we'll put parentheses x plus 1. Okay, so now we have a function. The calculator has a function to work with. So if we come back to the ABC button and type in F and then do a parentheses, now we can put different values of X into that function and it will tell us what our value of Y is. So we'll start off with -2, and that function evaluated at -2 is 4. And then quickly we can get rid of the 2 and make it a -1, and that's going to be a 1. We can get rid of that, make it a 0, and it's going to be 0.25. We can come down and make it a 1, and that's going to be 0.0625. And we can finally make it a 2, and that's going to be 0.015625. So it gives us all the values really quickly. All we have to do is fill out what we want. So I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to put in my values of y. So we had 4, 1, 0.25. And this is an important place to bring up. We want to use decimals when we're graphing because they're easier to tell where they are on the graph. So use decimals when you're graphing. And then for x equals 1, it was 0.063. And for x equals 2, it was 0.016. So we can see these numbers getting smaller and smaller. They're definitely decaying. So we're going to go ahead and plot these points. So we'll go -2, 4. That's going to be our first plot. -1, 1. That's going to be our second. 0, 0.25. Notice a little bit above that horizontal asymptote. And then we have 0.063. That's a very small number. So I'm going to actually put the dot above the horizontal asymptote, but kind of touching it. And then the next one is also small. I'm going to put it basically at the same spot. So essentially, it's going to start to flatten out right there. So then I'm going to draw a smooth curve through those points, and then draw a curve going up. Make sure I put arrows on both sides, and that's going to be it. So that's how you graph an exponential function. make sure you have the following labels. So y equals 0, that's the horizontal asymptote, and also put on there the y-intercept, which in this case is 0.25. So those are going to be the things that I look for, as well as that table. So that's it. This is the one that you can try. And if you have questions, please let me know in class. Otherwise, we'll talk there.